find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
Smash Mouth Footballers. Introducing Nic Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, Smash Mouth Footballers.
Hey, welcome to Smash Mouth Footballers. I'm Nic Tate. And guys, week 3 was amazing. There's a lot of things to go over. We're going to review the games real short. Then we'll go over some injuries. We're going to do some waiver wire pickups. You guys, there's going to be a lot of pickups this week that you should be able to take advantage of in your fantasy league. Every time you get a major player, goes out for a few weeks, goes out for the season, like Joe Burrow's hurt. That honestly, whoever had Joe Burrow, if they didn't have a backup quarterback, it's not that it's not hard right now to get you a good, decent quarterback that's going to still help you win your fantasy league. It's very hard to believe that you're not going to have that opportunity out there. Daniel Jones is still out there on waiver wires, and he is killing it for fantasy. He may not be getting a lot of touchdowns. He's throwing a lot of yardage. He's running in a lot of touchdowns, and he's taking his team to victory. And that guy is resurged right now as you see it. But anyway, let's go into the games real quick. Of course, we had Buffalo and Miami on Thursday, and we had a short overview on one of our videos. And of course, the Bills dominated. Josh Allen threw for 28 attempts, 22 passes. He had 3 passing touchdowns, 213 yards. James Cook ran 19 times, 108 yards and 1 touchdown. And Dalton Kincaid, 5 receptions for 66 yards and a touchdown. It really does. We really don't know what's going on in Buffalo. Who's going to be our favorite fantasy other than Josh Allen, James Cook. Dalton Kincaid seems to be the guy who's coming alive out there. We're not really sure. So for me, teams like this, I try to stay away from a lot of players that are on those teams because there's no consistency week to week. But sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you got to take a flyer, and sometimes you just got to hope they play a team that is very weak against the position that that you're putting in there. So anyway, Bills win 31-21. We're going to go over Sunday day games. The one that was really crazy was the Packers and the Browns. Packers-Browns, that was a battle of the defenses, guys. The score only got to 23 total points. Packers 10, Browns 13, and it came back to a field goal. Jordan Love threw 25 times. He had 18 completions, 183 yards, 1 touchdown. Quinson Judkins, of course, he actually did better this week than he has before. This is second outing. 18 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. That's pretty good. Matthew Golden, 4 catches for 52 yards. And again, the Browns won with a field goal right there at the last minute. And honestly, I didn't see that coming. But, it looks like the Browns defense is just stronger. And of course, that's pretty hard to say because the Packers have been out there killing it all day long with that defense. Colts, just like I told you, Daniel Jones, he had 25 attempts, 18 completions. He had 228 passing yards with a touchdown. Passing, Jonathan Taylor, wasn't Jonathan Taylor the number 1 running back this week? Oh my goodness. 17 carries, 102 yards with 3 total touchdowns. Buddy, I'm going to tell you right now, in fantasy, that's a winning week for anybody who's got Jonathan Taylor. Michael Pittman got out there, 6 receptions for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. And the Colts win 41-20. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Cam Ward is doing okay. It's nothing against Cam. He's trying to become a game manager, but he's on a team that just hasn't jived in a long time. So they got to rebuild, not just in the quarterback position. They got to rebuild in multiple other areas. And we're going to get back to some things that we need to look at as far as our stashes and maybe some waiver wire pickups here in just a minute for that team. Bengals 10, Vikings 48. Oh my gosh. If Carson Wentz didn't get out there and show them rookies how to do it, you know what I'm saying? The veteran came in. He had 14 completions, 173 yards, and 2 passing touchdowns, while Jordan Mason ran 16 times, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Justin Jefferson, he got 5 for 75. And I'm going to tell you something, man. Their defense rocked it, right? That defense got you 35 fantasy points this week. Oh, my goodness. I have them in my Dynasty League, and it's the only place I have the Vikings because everybody got him before me. But, oh, my goodness, their defense was on fire this week. Got a lot of points for a lot of people. But again, the Bengals, it just didn't look good this week. So hopefully they get all their things together because, I mean, it's a long season. No Joe Burrow. They're going to have to do something with Browning. He's going to have to get out there, and he's going to have to become that number 1 QB, or they may go for a trade, earlier in the season so they can take a win. Steelers, Pats. Oh, my goodness. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, a little bit of time in the jungle, doing a little bit of that medicine he likes to take. Oh, my goodness. Trying to clear his head. Something must have worked. Maybe it takes a couple years to kick in. But he wasn't the number 1 quarterback this week. Drake May was. Drake May had 37 passes for 28 attempts, 268 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Warren, 18 carries for 47 yards, and Hunter Henry, he had 2 touchdowns, 8 completions for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, guys, Hunter Henry has been Drake May's favorite target since last year. And I've said it plenty of times. Some of the guys on the show, they don't believe in it, but I'm going to tell you right now, Hunter Henry is the number 1 on that team. So if you're looking for a tight end that's going to give you some fantasy points every week, and it may not be amazing every week, it's going to be Hunter Henry. Okay, because right now, based off of what you see and what's on the waiver wires, if Hunter Henry's on your waiver, you may want to stash him. You may want to pick him up. He's probably better than what you got right now. Okay. Of course, Steelers win 21-14. We actually said that on the show. Steelers would probably win this one. And a lot of that's just based on talent and experience. So, Rams, Eagles. Now, I did not see this game going the way I did. And I watched it, and I'm going to be honest with you. It was, Matt Stafford was on fire, and honestly, I thought the Rams had it. I really did. I even got mad at one point and walked away because I got Saquon Barkley in a couple leagues, and I was just like, dude, he doesn't have a touchdown. Man, the Eagles were struggling terribly for the first whole half. They were struggling terribly. And then all of a sudden in that third, end of that third, early that fourth, they kicked it into gear, and all of a sudden they came back on fire. And, of course, the Eagles did win. There was a block punt and a touchdown, a pick 6 out of the deal, and that's how the Eagles won 33-26. Otherwise, they'd have won 27-26. Man, it was tough. It was a tough watch. Buccaneers, Jets, Baker Mayfield, oh, my goodness. They just didn't seem like they had the same juice they normally did, even though they did win. The Bucs won 29-27. You could say that it was you could say that the defense for the Jets was really strong. Not sure. Mike Evans did get hurt, and we'll go over that in some injury updates here shortly. So, guys, be looking out for Mbuka because he's going to be something now. He was already something without Godwin. Now you don't have Mike Evans. We've seen this last year, except it was Kate Otten because that's all they had, and them fantasy value points went way up. Okay. Next, we're going to go over Commanders, Raiders. Commanders won with a backup quarter. It's the battle of the backups, right? Except Gino's not a backup anymore. 41-24, Commanders win. Washington's backfield is just kind of flooded with running backs. They haven't made a decision what they want, even though Krosky Merritt seems to be showing that he has the lead. But, man, they keep just throwing somebody in there, and they keep winning. Geno Smith did have the highest passing percentage with 29-19, 289 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. Yeah, so this week, Geno got you a lot of good points. Now, if you want to go get him off of waivers, understand this. There's a good chance that you may have some up and down weeks. Like this week, yeah, Geno got you a lot of points. Last week, Geno not so much. So be aware of that. Trey Tucker looked amazing. 8 receptions, 145 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He won your fantasy league if you had him this week. Oh, my goodness. If you had him and Jonathan Taylor and you had him playing, please, you know what? Go ahead and bench your quarterback and just make everybody look stupid because you probably won this week without a doubt. Okay? This one I did not see. Okay? Next game, didn't see it coming. Blew my mind. I kind of was just like, oh my goodness, what just happened? Where's all the players? Did Carolina just start playing by themselves and we called it a game? So it's going to be Falcons, Panthers. Michael Penix may have just embarrassed not only myself, but his coaches and everybody else who had high hopes for him. He played the worst defense in the NFL, the worst offense in the NFL other than the Saints, and he didn't score any points. That's crazy. You got Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, and then this guy gets 0 points. We can't even get in there and get a field goal. Carolina wins 30-0. Penix had 36 passing attempts for 18 catches, 172 yards. He threw 2 interceptions. That's not what we want in our quarterback. And I'm sorry for all you guys out there that I made that decision. Told you, hey, this should be the week. It should have been the week. What guy showed up for Michael Penix? I'm not sure, but there may be a Kirk Cousins resurgence awfully soon before you know it. Chuba Hubbard, 17 carries for 73 yards, and Drake London, he got 5 for 55. And we know why, because Michael Penix is throwing in the ball, and apparently he doesn't like to take advantage of weeks where he should win. Next, Jaguars, Texans. Jaguars win 17-10. I actually thought this was the biggest win. Trevor Lawrence, even though he shot a 50-50, Jesus, 50-50 passing percentage, 222 yards, 1 interception, no passing touchdowns. Travis Etienne run one in. So did Tootin. Nico Collins got him a little bit of love. It was Jaguar 17 and then Texans 10. It wasn't a great game to watch. It was one of those ones where everybody's trying to figure out, how do I play? I'm trying to warm up. I'm waking up this morning from grogginess. I'm not really sure. But Jaguars did win, which I thought they should. They have the best offense right now compared to against the two. And they came out ahead, thank Jesus. All right, so next, Broncos, Chargers. Man, the Broncos keep letting everybody win. I don't know why. I even remember looking at earlier prior to the conclusion of the game, and there was a good chance that the Broncos were going to win. Excuse me. And there's no way they could have won. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And they let the Chargers come back and get them. J.K. Dobbins, he had 11 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. Justin Herbert, 47 and 28. He passed for 300 yards, exactly 1 touchdown. And then, of course, Cortland Sutton, 6 and 118 and 1. Broncos should have took this. What happened? I'm not sure. Najee Harris got hurt too. Come on, man. You had an injury. You have the best defense in the NFL. You should have won this. It didn't happen. Go back to the drawing board. All right, so Saints Seahawks, an embarrassment, guys. From Louisiana, the Seahawks dominated the whole game. I don't even know how the Saints made points. I tried to refrain from watching every minute that I possibly could, and it wasn't great. Sam Darnold, 18 for 14, 218 and 2 passing touchdowns. That's pretty good for a week. You had Jackson Smith and Jigma. He went 5, 96 and 1, and Kamara, he had 18 and 42 yards. That wasn't too good. But the Saints got their last little set of points in garbage time. There really wasn't much you can do with the Saints this week. If you are playing anybody on the Saints, good luck, because there's a good chance you're not going to get anything. Cowboys, Bears. Bears win 31-14. Dak got embarrassed. Caleb Williams looked like he was the guy that came out of college and wanted to play football. He had 28 and 19, 298 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. 4 passing touchdowns, guys. Caleb Williams probably is the quarterback 1 of the week, and that's great. Congratulations, Caleb. We got Luther Burden. He got 3 catches, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown. So there is some talent out there on these 2 teams. It just ain't the Cowboys. So, I mean, it was really great to see this game. I thought Dak probably may have thought he had in the box already or whatever, and he kind of slacked up. And Caden Williams said, "No, let me show you how to play this game." So, honestly, watching these guys, Roma Doomsday is the wide receiver you want to pick up with the Bears. They're starting to utilize him as you thought they would last year. So I don't know if it was the coach's rookie season or the player's rookie season, but Roma Doomsday is now number 1 wide receiver for the Buffalo Bears. Chicago Bears, right? Next, Cardinals 49ers 16-15. This was a terrible game to watch. Nobody scored a lot of points. Nobody did a lot of movement. Mac Jones got 41 and 27, 284 yards and 1 touchdown. Couldn't find the end zone hardly. These guys, McCaffrey, 17 carries for 52 yards. That's all we got. Ricky Pearsall looks like 8 and 117. I mean, they'll get you some solid fantasy points and we'll go forward. I actually thought the 49ers should have won by a lot more, but we'll see what happens next time. Chiefs Giants, great game to watch. Loved watching it. Man, it started off really slow. The first and second quarter went into the half. I think it was 9-3 or 9-6. It was 9-6. It was a rough first half. And then Pat Mahomes got out there and he started showing them how to play football. The Giants tried really hard. Cam Scatterboo was on fire. If you watch that guy, there was at one point he actually just put his helmet in somebody's stomach like he was a little Brahma bull running down there just kicking it. And Scatterboo is just a lot to watch, and he's awesome. So, I mean, it's really refreshing watching a player who loves to play football, play really good football, and love it. So, Chiefs did win 22-9. They kind of pulled it out in the second half. Pat Mahomes, of course, he's got a lot of trickery with him, and he pulled it off, guys. And Thornton, Joe talked about this on one of our episodes. Thornton was the man, is the man. He's probably going to be the Xavier Worthy of that team, that Tyreek Hill replacement. There's a good chance that if you don't have Tyron Thornton, you need to go get him off your waiver right now and get you a wide receiver 1 for Pat Mahomes, because it looks like this guy could score every week. And, man, let me tell you, my favorite game of the week, Detroit Lions against the Baltimore Ravens. And Detroit, first game of the season, looked like they didn't know what they were doing playing football. And then after that, somebody put a fire on them. And all of a sudden, now they're gunslingers. Last 2 weeks, Detroit has dominated, has put up points, and wasn't afraid to play football. Lamar Jackson had 21 completions out of 27 attempts, 288 yards with 3 touchdowns. David Montgomery got 2 by himself. And then Mark Andrews himself got 2 touchdowns, because we didn't know where Mark Andrews was up until this game right here. Last 2 weeks, goodness gracious, we thought Isaiah Likely was going to have to come out here and save this boy's career. But I'm going to tell you something. King Henry, he don't like holding the ball. He has become a fumble artist. That's right, fumble artist. And he does not like to carry the ball by himself. He wants to fumble it, hope you carry it behind him, and he's going to run and block for you. And when you get to the goal line, you give him the ball back, he crosses it over, because that's the version of Derrick Henry that I'm watching. All right, guys. Well, that completes the weekend wrap-up. Let's talk about some injuries that came along with all these games, right? Some very pertinent ones that really happened. It was Nick Bosa tore his ACL. Man, the defense on the 49ers is just getting terrible. And this is a season-ending, injury, tearing your ACL like it is. Good luck for him. I hope he comes back. 49ers defense is at a loss because of it. CeeDee Lamb has a high ankle sprain. So what does that let you know? Right? That the Cowboys have some wide receiver room that you may want to go get a hold of. But regardless of that being the case, CeeDee Lamb did get a high ankle sprain. on Sunday against the Bears, and they shredded Dallas defense. I'm telling you right now, Chicago just killed it. And I mean, Micah Parsons. I think Micah Parsons just wants to show people that he's mad because the Cowboys let him go. But if they had Micah Parsons, I think the Cowboys had done a lot better. So it didn't work out that way. We got Mike Evans tore his hamstring. So like I told you before, Egbuka is going to be your guy. You're looking maybe a little more value for Cade Otton. Bucky Irvin also makes a big jump on this one because somebody has to get the ball. And we don't have a Gobbler and Evans, but we do have an Egbuka and we have a Bucky Irvin. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a mad quarterback running around like Cam Scatterboo. His name is Baker Mayfield, and he loves to play football. And so he's going to get it to his players regardless of who they are, and there's going to be some number ones on the field for you to pick up off your waiver wire. James Conner, ankle injury. Not looking good, guys. They've been talking about this. Could be several weeks or longer. So there's a big pickup right there. You're going to pick up his handcuff. The problem is that we don't know when he's going to come back. So Trey Benson's value for the next several weeks and possibly the foreseeable future, Trey Benson should be in your lineup as a running back number one. Najee Harris, okay. Omari Hampton did great this week. Maybe because he hadn't had nobody to split the carries with, but Najee Harris tore his Achilles. This is going to be done for the year. If not, it's going to be all the way to the end. No, it says season ending. So, yes, Omari Hampton's value just skyrocketed. And if you didn't have him, you could go trade for him. And to be honest with you, I had him in 2 leagues, and I was very upset that I didn't start him this week because he hasn't produced as much as I thought he should. But it's very foreseeable that some of those carries were going here, and now it's the Omari Hampton show. Tyrone Tracy got a shoulder injury, and of course, like we talked about earlier, Cam Scatterboo is out there on fire, and he just looks like a monster, and he's screaming and hollering, and he just wants to play football. He is the amped up OCD on some speed balls, Baker Mayfield as a running back. So if you didn't have Cam, which I think a lot of us guys got Cam because we like Cam, we were hoping for Cam Scatterboo to take over. Of course, he did. A lot of people didn't see it this early in the season. But I'll tell you right now, Cam Scatterboo is a must-play if you have the opportunity to get him. All right, guys. Well, that's going to conclude this episode. We're going to go into Thursday night predictions. I hope you guys enjoy that. But understand this, you guys can reach out to us at smashmouth1footballers@gmail.com. And we're here to talk about whatever you want to talk about. We're going to come up with all kinds of stuff. We're going to do some deep dive research. We're going to give you all the information that you need to win your fantasy football season this year, next year, and the year after, all the way till we get old and tired. And I'm going to tell you right now, we get old and tired real quick, so it may not be that long. But to be honest with you, you can also reach out to us and say, hey, look, I'd like for you guys to go over this, some kind of fantasy picks, some kind of waiver wire pickups, anything that you need help with in the season. Hey, look, some trades. Maybe you want to say, hey, how do we trade for this? Or do you think this trade is better? And we'll give you an immediate response. But there's a good chance that we may be able to take some of your ideas that you email us and put them up on the show. Because we'd like to stay in touch with our audience. And I also know that we have a giveaway. I can't remember exactly which one it is, but we're going to give it away on our Friday episode. So be tuned for that as well. Okay. Well, guys, this concludes our wrap up for the weekend. Until next time, I'm Nic Tate.
Smash Mouth Footballers.
This ain't no regular thing.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake
Music
up and
licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy.